Study with Kalpataru channel.
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଶୁଭ ସକାଳ। ମୁଁ ସ୍ୱାଗତ କରୁଛି ଆମ ଷ୍ଟଡି ୱିଥ୍ କଳ୍ପତରୁ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ। ତ ଆଜି ଆମେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଆଜି ଆମେ ଇଂଲିଶର କେତେ ଗୁଡ଼ିଏ ନମୁନା ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବା। ପ୍ରଥମ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି 50 ମାର୍କର, ସବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି 50 ମାର୍କର। ପ୍ରଥମେ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବା, ତାପରେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍କି ଯିବା। ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି। ଏକ ନମ୍ବର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି ଯେ ଦ ବେଗର ୱେଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ଚପ୍ ଉଡ୍ ବିକଜ୍ ହି ୱାଜ୍ ଡ୍ୟାଶ୍। ଦ ବେଗର ୱେଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ chop wood because he was dash. कौन है यार आंसर? Trapped by his own words, ना needed money, ना intended to buy a shirt, forced to do so. तो यह सटीक उत्तर है जो कौन? Trapped by his own words. दूसरा नंबर क्वेश्चन, the strength of the beggar had been underlined by. कौन होगा सीटा? Whiskey, ना vodka, ना foreign liquor, ना rum. यार आंसर कौन होगा? vodka. vodka. Sergey felt ashamed of himself for sending a dash to work to manual labor in the cold. Sick man, drunken person, spoiled, drunken and sick person, lazy person. तो यार आंसर है जीवा spoiled, drunken and sick person. The grandfather visited the Jew about the dash 1 year later, 6 months later, 7 months later, 8 months later, 6 months later. ठीक है। तब देखिए द ग्रैंडफादर डैश द टाइगर इन द केज। वो केज ग्रेटेड, पेटेड, फेड, टॉक्ड विथ। यार आंसर है टॉक्ड विथ। टॉक्ड विथ। आई बिकेम वन ऑफ द टाइगर्स फेवरेट सेड डैश। राइट्स ग्रैंडफादर, राइटर्स फ्रेंड, राइटर्स वाइफ, राइटर्स हिमसेल्फ। कौन है आंसर? राइटर्स हिमसेल्फ, निजे। ऑन्ट वाज डेड श्योर दैट नोबडी वुड सेल conscience for रिलेशनशिप, फ्रेंडशिप, मनी या सेल्फनेस। यार आंसर कहाँ होगा? फ्रेंडशिप। समझो साहो promised to pay up the price to algo in dash a week's time, a month's time, a year's time, 2 weeks. आंसर कौन होगा? a month's time. The wise man learned that the strange thing was a grain of corn when it was laying on a windowsill. The traveler told them so. A hen made a hole in the strange thing. A hen sat on it. Their answer is what? A hen made a hole in the strange thing. Why did the king send for the old peasant's father? Why did the king send for the old peasant's father? Why? Because his father might have heard where such grain had grown. Lencho was an ox of a man. The expression means Lencho was an ox of a man. What does expression means? Expression means Lencho toiled like an ox in a field. A plough of locusts would have left more than this. The expression in the ball means. Answer is a large number of locusts that arrived at the same time. Gandhi's autobiography is dash my experiments with truth, Hind Swaraj, discovery of India, India of my dream. So this answer is my experiment with truth. Gandhi was not regarded as that the high school which an intelligent student, in which View festival do people high lamps and pray to God for good harvest. In which View festival do people light lamps and pray to God for good harvest? Answer is Kati Bihu. Which? Kati Bihu. Which dance is performed in Mopen festival? Which dance is performed in Mopen festival? Answer is Popper. Which circle problem is Critical problem is every town facing this day? Noise pollution, global warming, air pollution, vehicle emission. Answer is air pollution. 18. How do flower and vegetable crops suffer ill effects? How do flower and vegetables crops suffer ill effects? 18. Answer is for car exhaust. What should not school children hesitate for? To ask advice from one for their teacher, to choose profession of their choice, to work hard to get success. Answer to advice from one of their teacher. Smoking in youth stunts the body and clouds the brain. Here's cloud means make uncertain. We enjoy watching the sight of tall trees while walking in the dash meadows, garden, greenwood, river flowing salt. The answer greenwood. Rushes are plants that grow dash by the water, in the woods, in the meadows, all the above. Come on, in the meadows. In the poem The Solitary Reaper, whose voice, according to Wordsworth, is most thrilling? The nightingales, the cuckoos, the solitary reapers, passerbys. Answer कौन हवा? The solitary reapers. Wordsworth described the valley ways in overflowing with the solitary reapers song as dash, shallow, dark, profound, unseen. Answer ଥିଲା କ'ଣ ନା profound. Which flowers besides champa and lotus is mentioned in the poem Village Song? Rose, lily, jasmine, sunflower. Which flower is this? Lily flower. Who are calling the girl to the forest in the poem Village Song? Who are calling the girl? Who? The lotus lilies, the champa box, the fair folk, and the river isles. तो आंसर क्या होगा? आंसर है द फेयर पॉक. ठीक है. तापर नंबर क्वेश्चन, व्हेन डू फ्लावर चिल्ड्रन हैव देयर हॉलिडेज? व्हेन डू फ्लावर चिल्ड्रन हैव देयर हॉलिडेज? व्हेन? इन समर, इन विंटर, इन मानसून या इन स्प्रिंग? आंसर इन मानसून. What follows the rumbling storm clouds? Flowers, moist east wind, June shore, thunder clouds. The 28 answer is correct answer होगा क्या? June shore. Vicky's brain feels that it is insulting to be called a dash. Species, human beings, specimen, brilliant boy. Vicky's brain feels that it is insulting to be called a specimen. What was Vicky's love for his parents like? Moderate, considerable, excessive, scant. The third number answer na excessive. It was during the meal that just as Linko had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. The underlined word means predicted means suggested na apprehended na foretold the future na declared. कौन यार आंसर होगा foretold the future. Satis acquired a goal in the last minute. He was fortunate. तो join the sentence making one a relative clause. तो यार relative clause टेक कौन है उसे join करो दीजिए. Satis scored a goal in the last minute. Who was fortunate? Satish was fortunate who scored a goal in the last minute. Satish scored a goal who was fortunate in the last minute. Satish who was fortunate scored a goal in the last minute. तो यार उत्तर है जी for Satish who was fortunate scored a goal in the last minute. Who? The stranger did not talk in a polite manner. Rewrite the sentence using negative prefix. Unpolite, impolite ना illpolite. ये जो नॉट और पॉलिट में गारट ना जाइए तो यहाँ नेगेटिव प्रिफिक्स रे कौन होगा? अनपॉलिट होगा ना, इम्पॉलिट होगा ना, इनपॉलिट होगा ना, इलपॉलिट होगा. तो उत्तर सठिक उत्तर हो ना इम्पॉलिट सेटा होगा. इम्पॉलिट IMPOLITE. If Subhadra had spent much, she dash much bank balance, would not have had ना would not have ना would did not have ना would have had. तो यार उत्तर हो कौन ना would not have had. Subhadra had spent much, she would not have had much bank balance. The beggar has nothing to eat. Rewrite the sentence using hardly. The beggar has hardly something to eat. The beggar has hardly nothing to eat. The beggar has hardly anything to eat. The beggar hardly has anything to eat. तो यार आंसर है जीवा the beggar has hardly anything to eat. Men clad in full warrior costumes, they are hunting and wearing skills. Choose the operative phrasal verb and complete the sentence. So up, hand down, now get in, ask for men clad in full warrior customize. So up, they are hunting and wearing skills. Answer. तापर नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज द ब्लेंडिंग वर्ड फॉर टेलीकास्ट टेलीकास्ट ब्लेंडिंग कौन हो टेली प्लस कास्ट ना टेलीविजन ब्रॉडकास्ट ना टेलीफोन प्लस कास्ट ना टेली ब्रॉडकास्ट तो यार आंसर है टेलीविजन प्लस ब्रॉडकास्ट टेलीकास्ट होता है एयर पोल्यूशन हैज डैश इफेक्ट ऑन बिल्डिंग्स डैमेज टू डैमेज ना डैमेजिंग तो यार आंसर है कौन डैमेजिंग एयर पोल्यूशन हैज डैमेजिंग इफेक्ट ऑन बिल्डिंग्स जेतु आईएनजी अछि द क्वालिटी ऑफ बीइंग्स लॉयल इज डैश लॉयलिटी लॉयल डिसलॉयल ना लॉयल्टी तो आंसर कौन ना लॉयल्टी चूज ग्रामेटिकल करेक्ट सेंटेंस ग्रामेटिकल एरर्स कौन अछि एटो हम चूज करबे में कहछि द बस वाज ओवरलोडेड although we were able to find seats although the bus was overloaded we were able to find seats although the bus was overloaded the bus was overloaded तो यार आंसर कौन अछि we were able to find seats although the bus was overloaded हम जते बेले सीट खोज जाउथि सेते बेले बस रे ओवरलोड थिला he is poor it is happy what type of sentence is it এটা co-word simple না compound না complex না interrogative তো এটা হচ্ছে co-word এটা হচ্ছে একটা compound word we were made dash for hours stand write the correct from the verb stand this এটা কোন হবে stand হবে না standing না to stand না stood we were made to stand for hours হবে his clothes are covered in paints he dash the wall paint अछि write the correct from the verb in bracket is painting হবে না has painted হবে না has been painting হবে না paints হবে না his clothes are covered in paints he has been painting the wall choose the correct sentence either Mohesh or Suresh have been broken the glass either you or he are to blame neither the father nor the son were present at home neither the father nor the son was present at home correct sentence ta bhitor kota habo na neither the father nor the son was present at home choose the correct sentence the her mother is resembled by the girl Rita was married to Raghu herself was poisoned he was drowned in the river he fell ill and eventually dead name the type of the adverb used in the sentence जो eventually गार अंडरलाइन है सेटा कोन माने को सेंटेंस जाउची टाइम ना प्लेस रे ना मैनर ना फ्रीक्वेंसी एटा जाउची पिला हमर टाइम रे जाउची he fell ill and eventually dead माने एटा कहयो ना केते बेले सेमन लेवल तो एटा टाइम रे जीवो we have lived her dash 2040 fill in the blank with an appropriate preposition in hobo na for na since na by we lived her since 2014 since लागे बटे जे तू 2014 मसिया दे जी मसिया जगह हमें since बसेबा तापर नंबर क्वेश्चन देखिबा the boy dash I met on the road is a college student fill in the blank with a correct relative pronoun kono who na whom na that na all of this eta ba all of this many superstitious beliefs have been dash complete the sentence with operative phrasal verb eta ko complete kariya pai dechi cut in hobo na done away with na come up with na dead with eta he kono done away with he said I am the best player of the team से कहला कि मु टीम रो बेस्ट प्लेयर तो इट्स करेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच कोन एटा को इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच यार कोन हो he assumed he was the best player of the team na he complained he was the best player of the team na he boasted that he was the best player of the team na he confessed that he was the best player of the team तो एटा आंसर है जो कोन he boasted that he was the best player of the team तो पिला माने हमर 50 टा एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन थिला जाके हम यार क्वेश्चन आंसर ओनली डिस्कशन करले या पे हमर रहिছে सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन अछि जे एक मार्क रहिছে व्हाट हैपेंड टू लेंचोस कॉम्फिल आफ्टर द हेलस्टॉर्म हाउ डिड ही रिएक्ट टू दैट सिचुएशन तो त माने को स्क्रीनशॉट नै कि खाता रे लिखि परिबो ठीक अछि जल्दी जल्दी स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं जाओ एको खाता रे लिखिके डिवीजन करिवो व्हाट वर गांधीज व्यूज ऑन गुड हैंडराइटिंग गांधी जी जो व्यूटा गुड हैंडराइटिंग रो कोन थिला से लिखिया पे देछि तापर नंबर क्वेश्चन अछि व्हाट थिंग्स अकॉर्डिंग टू सीएफ अलेक्जेंडर हैज गॉड मेड फॉर अस भगवान कोन तयार करछन बोले से ता मत थिला हाउ डू फ्लावर एंजॉय द हॉलिडेज फ्लावर माने छुट्टी दिन केमति बिताउथिले 2 नंबर अछि व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन इन ग्रेटर कोलकाता as mentioned in the text air pollution a hidden menace एयर पोल्यूशन ए हिडन menace रे हमर कोलकाता रे मेंशन केमति करा जायछि वायु प्रदूषण कोलकाता केमति होई से विषय देछि लिखिया पे किंबा ब्रीफली राइट अबाउट द व्यू फेस्टिवल ऑफ आसाम आसाम रे व्यू फेस्टिवल केमति पालन करा सेटा लिखिबो 2.5 मार्क्स तापर पिला माने विथ whom does the poet compare the reapers salty reapers song तापर क्वेश्चन देछि व्हाट आर द कॉजेस ऑफ विकेस डेथ रो कॉजेस कोन थिला कारण his friends was on his bike he had not worn his helmet in a moment of sheer misfortune he met with a serious accident which caused his tragic death से जेतो हेलमेट नै नथिला तो सांग घर को जाउथिला सेते बेले तो हेलमेट नै नथिबारु एक्सीडेंट होइतिला 3 नंबर दिला इमेजिन दैट यू आर Surpan Supusti, monitor of class X, class 10 का तुम monitor जाने supposing your school organized a inter-school debate competition on the eve of the Republic Day, write a report of for your school magazine mentioning the details ए details माध्यम रे तमे उटे रिपोर्ट तैयार करो जे तम रिपब्लिक डे रे डिबेट कंपटीशन वक्तृता प्रतियोगिता हेबा सेति पई तम उटे रिपोर्ट प्रस्तुत करिया पई एटी कहिसंती से भली भाबरे लिखिबो प्रथमे निज स्कूल ना लिखिबो एवं को गां मा जिला ना लिखिबो एवं तारीख पकेकी टाइटल टा हमर रहला कोन ना द स्कूल डिबेट कंपटीशन कोन स्कूल डिबेट कंपटीशन हमर रहला ठीक अछि स्कूल डिबेट कंपटीशन Our school organized an inter-school debate competition on 5 January 2026 in the school auditorium. So about 20 participants के जन भाग नै छिन 20 जन from different high school विभिन्न प्रकार स्कूल रो माने अलगा हाई स्कूल रो पिला माने पार्टिसिपेट करछन इन इट द टॉपिक वाज ऑन द फ्रीडम मूवमेंट इज इंडिया द जजेस वर अपॉइंटेड एंड दे सिलेक्टेड द बेस्ट 3 पार्टिसिपेंट्स द जजेस जेतिबे से 20 जन भितर 3 जन को कोन बाछिबे इट वाज ए मैटर ऑफ प्राइड ऑफ अस फॉर अस दैट स्मृतिमय सामल ए स्टूडेंट ऑफ द स्कूल स्टूड फर्स्ट स्मृतिमय सामल जे कि से कोन फर्स्ट हेथिले डिबेट कंपटीशन रे एंड ए स्टूडेंट ऑफ द स्कूल द फर्स्ट द सेकंड एंड द थर्ड पोजीशंस वेंट टू सरस्वती विद्या मंदिर एंड विवेकानंद विद्यापीठ रेस्पेक्टिवली सुभान सुपुष्टि मॉनिटर क्लास एक्स एति लिखि देबो एति तुम केते 5 मार्क थुआ ठीक अछि एति में तमरे एठी 3 मार्क फिले रहि एठी हमर 3 मार्क रहिबो किबा 2 मार्क रहउची आ ए भीतर 3 मार्क एको तुम ठीक लिखि देलो तो 5 मार्क तुमको पागा पागा 5 रे 4 कि 3 तो दे परबे ए ऊपर लाइन रे प्लान त माले मन रखिबो ठीक हैला तापर जे रीड द पैसेज केयरफुली एंड राइट ए समरी इनटू इन इट 60 वर्ड्स गोटे समरी देछि रे पढिबो एटा पढि कि 60 वर्ड्स लिखिया में से देछि एठी कोन ना ए मैन मे यूजुअली बी known by the books he reads as well as by the company he keeps for there is a companionship of books as well as of men and one should always live in the best company whether it is of books or of men a good book may be among the best of friends it is the same today that is always was and it will never change it is the most patient and cheerful of companions it does not turn its back upon us in times of adversity or distress it always receives us with the same kindness amazing and interesting instructing us in youth and comforting and counseling us in age तो एटा को से देछि 68 शब्द मध्ये रे लिखिबा पई इंपोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स माने एथिरु इंपोर्टेंट पॉइंट भाग रे 68 शब्द मध्ये लिखिबा से कहै इंपोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स to be noted in a additional page for writing the summary a main character is known by the books or reads one should always read the best book it is the most patient and cheerful of company it remains with prosperity and in poverty it amas in instructs us youth and counsels us in old age title is the companionship of books title tabel no kaun the companionship of books if answer any of the following essays in about 200 words keeping to the outline given there under एसे पढ़ो ना स्टूडेंट्स लाइफ मोबाइल फोन्स योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड तो तीनटा भितर से देखिए ये भितर गोटे तुम लिख 200 शब्द भितर इंपोर्टेंस ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ इन स्टूडेंट लाइफ एसे लिखा देती आम एपटे रहा Imagine that you are Ashutosh Acharya living in Jaipur town and your friend Piyush present to Korapur town has recently lost his father. Write a letter. এটা পাক করাইছি বলি তা পাক লেটার রাইটিং লিখিয়া পাই আছে দুইটা পড়িথিবা দুইটাରୁ তুমি কোন গোটে লিখিব ঠিক আছে তারপরে আমরা আসিব এরি ট্রান্সলেশন ଆମେ দেখি যাইতিব 10 মার্ক তো ট্রান্সলেশন পড়িব পাঁচটি ଦେଇଥିବ পাঁচটি কুমা চারটি ଦେଇଥିବ કે ଗୋଟେ ଗପ ଆକାର ଦେଇଥିବ ତାକୁ ତମେ ଇଂଲିଶ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେଟ କରିକି লিখিব ঠিক আছে तो ये आज आम थी ये भाव पड़ो कटक सहर भुवनेश्वर अधिक पुरातन यार इतिहास 1000 वर्ष पुराणा ओडिशार इतिहास यार स्थान स्वतंत्र एठार एक प्राचीन दुर्ग था आजिकल तार चिन्ह ना तो यहीटा को तुम लिखार अच्छे इंग्राजी में तापर आम गोटे अनसीन पैसेज पे आसुच्छी अनसीन पैसेज जहाँ जानते हो ये पैसेज गिवन बिलो एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो तो केतोटी अनसीन पैसेज गोटे गप देथिबो किबा कोन गीतरे देथिबो ताकू देखिकी तुम माने तार क्वेश्चन 5टा दे जाइथो तार तुम आंसर लिखिबो तो व्हाट इज द फील बैड तो ये क्वेश्चन सब आसे पढ़िबो सेति प्रिपरेशन करबा ठीक अछि तो आज ये क्लास को समस्त को धन्यवाद आगामी अध्याय में आ गोटे विषय में आलोचना करबा सेते बोल जाय रहछ धन्यवाद।